Hi guys! Let's continue stitching this pattern. So I was stitching this coral, but I had to redo it. So I will start from the scratch, and for this part I will make outlining first, and then I will stitch using satin stitch. So let's do this. Regarding the colors, just use color map to find out which colors should go with this part. Hi Dominica. I will zoom it 1 minute. Okay, so now you can see all the details. So I did outlining first. I used 2 strands of floss, and now for satin stitch I use also 2 strands. So to fill the area like this, you will need to use short stitches like this and long stitches when you go up here outside of the inner border, and then do one short stitch when you inside the border and one long stitch, because the area is like a circle. So if you will be stitching going up from here all the time, there will be no place for many stitches. So I go this way. Better do outlining using the same floss which you are going to be using for satin stitch. It just I used wrong color and I left outlining as it is. So but you should use the same color which you will be filling. Tomorrow is the last live stream for this pattern, and I hope that tomorrow I will finish stitching it and I will start making a complete pattern, and I will also list this pattern and kit on my Etsy shop. This design is a bit complicated, but I was able to complete it on time, and this is great. I think. So there's going to be about 7 live stream video tutorials This is, I did 7 live streams for cactuses as well, so it's one of the most detailed patterns, but it's not too complicated. As you can see, all the stitches are simple, so it just takes a lot of time to complete it. So I will complete this one coral with you today, and I will complete one more coral which is on the right side, this one. We are voting for the fabric on Patreon for our next project. So if you are going to be on Patreon with me on August, please vote for our next project. And I think we will be stitching flamingos. So we need to vote for fabric color. And this part I will stitch using just simple satin stitch and horizontal lines. So this is a simple part. Oops. And I also use 2 strands. Yeah, I like yellow fabric as well. It's so soft, it's not bright, so all the objects on this fabric will be visible and easily to recognize. That blue fabric, it's too bright for to be a background, but maybe I will find a lighter one. I see that many people voted for blue fabric, so maybe I will find blue fabric which is not so much bright, so this will work also well. So it may be not gabardine fabric, but maybe some other, maybe cotton fabric, but we need to use not so dark blue, lot lighter. So let me try to see what's going to look like, what it's going to be. So this is quick mock-up which I did today. I just found quickly a picture of flamingo, and I just pasted here few flowers and leaves because I know that there will be flowers and leaves. So I needed to know which color of background we need. It will be better to use. If it's going to be white, it's going to be also great. But it's fun to use some color fabric, so if this fabric will be a little bit lighter like this, so I think it's going to look fine. All the objects are easy to recognize because it's a little bit dark, I think. So I will be deciding in the store probably. Okay, let's continue stitching. I have a swimsuit with flamingos, and I have also a bag with flamingos, so that's going to be fun to stitch. It's perfect summer project for August. August is the last summer months of summer, so we should use it for some summer project, because then it's going to be September and October, and the mood is going to be a little bit different. But I think that we will decide what we are going to stitch then. We will be always voting, so there is going to be nothing unexpected. You can choose any topic which you like for that period of time. Do you like to listen podcasts? I started listening some podcasts, and one of them is about productivity and planning. So I would like to learn, maybe I can plan everything better. I think I can. So this I need to improve, because I need to do everything on time and not to be late. So I'm thinking about priorities, and I'm planning my next months ahead of time, and I will try to stick to this plan. I tend to put a lot of tasks that I cannot complete probably, so that's my problem. I try to do everything, but I'm just a human and we have a limited amount of time, so I need to start what I can delegate. Maybe some social media tasks. yeah, that's feeling it's awful because you try to do everything, but you can't. And in the end of the day, you feel like exhausted, and next day you cannot do anything. So this is not good. I need to be in a good shape every day. So I will think what I can do about it. So this is something that I can learn, and maybe you know some podcasts for this. I would like to get a link for some podcasts or maybe video tutorials or something like that. Oh, I don't need that color. Though this bottom coral will be this color, and this is darker one, and there will be a shade with this color, which I'm gonna use right now. And I will outline it using that color. So this side is like a shade and color will be darker. For me to be productive, it always meant to be busy. I was always busy. I was always like trying to do as many tasks as I can, but it's time to realize that I cannot do everything. I need to remove some tasks or probably delegate it to somebody. I think I will fill this place here with dark blue, like this. It's like a little bit of coral on the back, so there will be no white background. I'll see, maybe I will fix color map so that will follow what actually was done. Okay, so that's it for this color, and I'm gonna switch to the darker one. The color which we are going to be using for outlining. This is DMC and this is Gamma. And I'm gonna use one strand because I'm gonna be doing outlining. And I will fill also this space with dark color. So for outlining, I will be using a combination of back stitch and stem stitch. And here you can do long and short shading, so you can expand this color and make a gradient if you want. I wanted to make it to look like this because I just like this way, but you can do whatever you want. There are always some options. I see that this place is curved, so I will be probably doing back stitch and split stitch because it's not really comfortable to do stem stitch here. So today I want to be prepared for the next kit, and I already ordered some materials. I already have boxes and I need to order some felt and tissue papers and fabric. I will go to the shop probably tomorrow to buy some fabric. I'll just give you guys a little bit of time to choose the fabric color. So please vote today if you didn't vote it yet. And I will purchase fabric tomorrow. Yeah, I like outline because it gives like a finished result. See, if you don't like how yours previous stitch layout, here you can fix it. You can make one more teeny stitch and fix it on the place where you need it to be. So that's okay, there's no need to redo that stitch, you need just fix it by one more stitch. Which kind of outline would you like? Do you outline always using black floss, or you choose just darker shade of the color which you use it for this object? Because this makes more realistic effect. If I used black floss, it would be like a cartoon or something like that. So now I will fill this space. can switch to 2 strands for this, for filling this space, and just already stitched with 1 strand, and I decided to continue, but it can be faster and maybe better to use 2 strands. I think I will make an outline this inside. Or maybe leave it like this. So that's it for this part. The same way you will stitch those 2 corals. I'll finish my strands right now, and I will switch to another color, and I will stitch another coral. I will stitch this one. And yes, of course, ask me any questions. This is why I'm here. To show you everything and reply to your questions. What do you do first in professional embroidery? Do you stitch first back stitch and then fill it with satin stitch, or on the contrary? What do you mean when you say back stitch? Is this outlining or something? As you can see, I fill the background first and then I do outlining. But you can do in a different way. You can do outlining first and then you can fill all the spaces for background. But I think everything looks better when you outline, and it's a final touch to this space, because all the stitches for when you outline it, you covered all those maybe not very perfect edges of satin stitch, and you just cover it and hide it, so as a result you have a perfect edges and a lot of contrast. So right now I stitch it, and I needed to finish this part to show you how to stitch it, but if I would stitch it by myself, I would fill with satin stitch all those 3 pieces, and then I will outline everything at one time, as so this is how I could do it, because and now I wanted just to show you how to stitch it, and to not waste a lot of time, I show it one part. You can hide your ends. You cannot, you can don't do any loop like I do. You can just make one long stitch in one direction, and then you can make one long stitch in a different direction. So this is how you can fix your thread, and you can now cut it. So there are two ways, and you will not have any knots. This is how my back side looks like. Okay, let's stitch one of those. For this part we will use two colors, probably those two. Let me take a look on color map. So which color there should be? It's probably this one. This one, and no, it's not the one. Yeah, this is the one. And to make it pop, I think I will use some light pink. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one is going to be perfect to outline this whole thing. So I'll start from the dark one. And it's on the right side. So you can mark the line in the middle. You can actually use 3 strands of floss and it's going to be much faster. But I have 2 strands, so I will be stitching with 2 strands. I like to start from the top and to move down the same way I do for some leaves. And the direction is like for leaves. looks so cool near the blue colors. This previous stitch was not perfect, but it's okay. You can do one more stitch on top of it and it's going to be fixed. And yeah, regarding outlining, it depends which result you want to get. In this piece, I did outlining as final um, touch, but there are cases where you don't need outlining on top of everything. You just need to make a perfect satin stitch and you need to make the edges, like maybe you do petals or maybe leaves. So you do inside outlining and you can leave it like it is without outlining on the top of that. So it depends what you need. I'm trying to make it comfortable for me to stitch. Hi Sabina. Okay, I'm done with this color. I will leave this for later and I will switch to another one. One more question. Do you sometimes feel like you are watching thread on the back of project? Wasting thread. It depends on the stitch which you do. In this case, with satin stitch, yeah, you are wasting the same amount of thread as you will see on the front side. But if I did it different way, I don't like the result which I get. So I could do it another way, and but I don't like how it looks as a result. So I come up from here and I came down here and I can come up from the almost from the same place but really close, and then I go here and I need to come up near that place where I just put my needle here. It depends on the fabric you have. If you have fabric which allows you to do that, so you can do this way, and you are not going to be wasting a lot of thread on the back side. It's depend on you how comfortable you feel when doing it and how you like the final result and what the shape you need to feel. It depends on a lot of factors, but you can do this way. I don't afraid to waste a lot of thread because I have a lot of threads and so why should I think about it? But if you have just a little of thread and you need that color, you can do this way. So this is a more economical way. Yeah, yeah, I prefer to because when I do satin stitch which are visible on both sides, it gives me more volume here, and if I do this way, so the fabric behaves differently and there are not a lot of volume as on this side. So this is why I do my way. Don't forget to drink a lot of water. I already wasted about 6 kilograms since I started my diet, and I really like myself already. I like how I look and I like everything. I like my hands because before they looked like sausages, and now my hands are normal hands. So really like result, and I will keep this shape for longer. I work with a dietologist. I'm not doing it by myself, so I would recommend you to find some dietologists if you would like to lose some weight. I like that I'm not hungry and I'm eating, not starving all the time, and I feel normal and I'm losing weight at the same time, so this is cool. So there probably was some unhealthy habits. I really liked bread and some sweets and stuff like that, and I ate a lot of in the evening before I go sleep, so this is also unwell. And I hope I will finish it on time because I need to go to buy some fabric and floss. I already ordered it, and I need to just grab it from the shop. This is for my Etsy kits. I will renew a lot of kits. I will make a restock. I will renew succulent, and I will make more kits for cherry blossom, Eiffel Tower, um, for Easter bunny also, and sunflower bouquet and hummingbird. So those kits are going to be renewed today. And also satin stitch looks much better when I do it this way and not that way that I showed you. So this is why I do it. I like how the thread is placed and how it looks from the top. So oh my god, it's not enough thread. What to do? Few more stitches, please. Yay! Okay, so I'm done with this color and I will make outlining now. I like how bright is it already, And you can leave it as it is if you want. It also look great. But let's see how it's gonna look with outlining. This is interesting. So I'm separating one strand of this color, and this is also gamma, and I'm gonna use probably 2 strands, and I'm gonna start from the bottom and I will make a chain stitch in the middle. So let's see how it's gonna look like. I'm gonna make just a small stitch to start my thread. I'm starting my thread from the back side with a loop, and let's make a chain stitch here. Okay, so how do you like it? Do you like it or no? Or is it too much? I think it looks cool. So how do you feel about that? And I think I will do outlining using one strand, and I will do stem stitch. So now I have 2 strands, and one strand I will go out here and I leave it for later, and I will use one strand to continue stitching, and I will make outlining on one side. Let's see how it's gonna look like. It looks pretty much cool, I think. No, Sabina, you don't like it? You would leave it as it is, even without chain stitch? It's totally up to you, but I would like to see how it looks like, and it looks okay for me. I saw this on Barmy Fox, so and I would like it. I would want it to try it. So maybe it's not perfect solution for this part, but I think I like it. So I will do the same for another side, and I will stitch today this part and all the rest on this side, and I will show you in the evening probably my results. I will be stitching in the evening, and now I need to go because the shop will be closed. It's the end of the day here in Ukraine. It's 6 p.m. and 20 minutes, and the shop is working till 7 p.m. I need to go. So thank you so much for watching. It was so nice to hear from you today, and see you tomorrow at the same time at 5 p.m. in Ukraine, and it's 10 or 11 p.m. in New York. I will make a new post for the next tutorial scheduled for tomorrow, and you will see. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. Bye everyone.